From New York and on the new Hot 97 app, Ebro in the morning. On Hot 97.
Yo, it's Ebro in the morning, beautiful Laura Styles. Wrestling T. Rosenberg back.
I'm back.
Wrestling Beanie too. And Joyner Lucas, the man of the hour.
Man's not hot.
Man's not hot.
Man's not
So
hot.
Joyner's in here. We've had previous interviews on Apple Music Beats One. I've been playing your records over there. Had never got to your records on Hot 97, but then this I'm Not Racist thing happened on the internet.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Ebro. I've been playing them on Hot 97.
Real late with Rosenberg.
That's right.
My man.
And things heated up for you. And you're sitting here trying to convince us that you're not hot right now.
Man's not hot.
Why are you saying this? Real talk. Why are you saying this?
I don't know.
You could tell it was a good week, though.
It was cool. It was a good week. It was a good week. But I got I don't know. I'm never really satisfied.
All
It's
right,
like,
now we're getting somewhere.
you know what I mean?
Now we're getting somewhere.
Nah.
Was this mapped out, though, pretty carefully? To be
Nah,
like, let's hit with
there's
this
no-
video, then the freestyle, and boom, boom, boom?
No. There's no map. It's just we just go. That's it. Like it wasn't like a plan. We decided not to do that anymore. We planned after. So it just drop and then everything else just falls into place from there, and then from that point on we plan after that.
So the video obviously moved around because a lot of people, A, love the conversation.
Yeah.
Right? B, there's the people who thought the white dude in the beginning of the song was actually rapping, and they was like, whoa.
That was calculated.
I was going to ask you that.
Yeah, that was calculated.
So you knew that was a part of the hook.
I knew that was going to happen.
And then there's the second layer of people who then discovered that, oh, okay, this is a concept video.
Yeah.
They got through the whole thing, listened to the second verse, and then had critiques on it not being thorough enough from the black perspective. What do you say? What is your response to that?
My response to that is I can't make everybody happy. You know, that was calculated as well. There would have been no resolution if I would have went as hard, pause, you know, with the black cat, you know, as a white man. I didn't want to do that because I felt like I wanted to create a resolution. So I let this white man do his thing. I let him speak. But if I would have just straight up just bashed the shit out of him like people wanted me to, then I feel like, you know, I would have been, you know, adding to the problem, and I would have felt like there would have been no resolution. There would have been no hug at the end of the video. So because I was writing it, I knew how I wanted to end it, and I knew that I needed the black cat to kind of, you know, be the one to rationalize and come.
See, and I took it personally. I was like, the black dude's cool, he's all right. And
Yeah.
then I was like, you know, he's writing it, what it sounds like is a 20-year-old black kid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Like a
saying?
younger- yeah.
who is getting hated on by an
Right.
older white man who's just seeing him on the street
Right.
and isn't equipped with the thorough historical analysis of the black man
Well, I didn't
plight
want
in America to...
not even just that. I just didn't want to go into. I didn't want to go. This record wasn't for all white people, for all black people. I'm not saying everybody's racist. You know, it wasn't made for that. It was made, you know, to fit that specific mode of
That person.
that person.
Yo,
you know what I'm saying? And if you are that person, then you can relate to it. But if you're not that person, I'm not talking to you. You know,
It's funny that you did it. The timing is like about. Do you remember I went on a trip and like 4 months ago I saw a friend and we had a long conversation about I'm not racist people.
Yeah.
Because it is very common.
Yeah.
White people who hit you with the I'm not racist, but then the next sentence is the indicator that you are
Exactly.
racist.
And that was another reason why I had created the record. I think that's funny. You know, it's like you say some racist shit and then you just be like, well, I'm not racist. You know, my babysitter's boyfriend is black or white, whatever the case may be. So there's a lot of reasons why I created it. And again, I couldn't, you know, I can't please everybody. I only wanted to create a resolution where there was peace in the end. And in order to do that, I had to kind of make the black dude, because he went second, I kind of had to make him just, you know, be a little bit more rational and come down and kind of get this man to understand.
Isn't that what black people always end up doing? Aren't we always the ones that have to take the high road? Aren't we always the ones that's like, yo, don't escalate this anymore? You know, we got to come to some sort of resolution. Isn't that always historically?
Nah. I don't think that's always.
It's what it feels like. It always feels like we're the ones that, you know, let's find a resolution. Let's work this out. Let's take the high road.
But is that a bad thing, though?
I'm not asking. I wasn't
You're just
even
saying,
certain.
yeah, no,
I'm
you're
just
saying why
that-
is the onus on black people always what you're saying?
Why is it always our responsibility as the oppressed, as the people brought here to do free labor and make a wealthy country, the ones who have to figure out solutions? Meanwhile, those in power and those with the power and those that control the education system and control the media and the conversation don't feel like it's on them.
I could have made this record 20, 25, 30 minutes long and just went into.
Well, I'm not even saying about the record. I'm off the record now.
Right,
I'm just saying
yeah.
the record's fine. I enjoy the record and I love what it does. I'm just saying for the sake of the dialogue.
Yeah.
Now that I have you here, somebody that people, Joyner Lucas is a name they are now knowing because you started a conversation.
Yeah.
Now I'm bringing up the second layer of my actual feelings, me personally. Right. That's why I use my platform to say things that are unpopular because I'm not out here trying to be the guy to fix all the problems.
Right.
I'm out here to make sure that the feelings that I have and people who feel like me feel like somebody's saying the shit that is unpopular. Right. Because it doesn't get, there's not a lot of platforms for it.
You're also just an emotional lunatic who can't control it every day and spews it incessantly.
That's absolutely true.
Let's not say every day, you're like, this is for the people. No, today, Ebro's having therapy.
No, for me.
Right, I need to say it.
Yeah.
Now, has it gotten annoying yet? I say that because invariably it will get annoying.
Yeah.
That the record, because it hit so big, becomes something that people associate you with so much. They're like, it's Joyner Lucas, the guy who speaks on race relations. And you're like, that was just one song. That's where I was in that song.
No, but that's why I dropped the Gucci Gang remix a couple days
right after, so people know,
people know, wait a minute.
I got some bars.
Yeah. Don't
just talk shit.
Don't get it twisted. I'm not this race guy. If you listen to and watch a lot of my music videos, I have a lot of concept-driven storytelling videos, and that's just what I do. So that's just my way of trying to change the world one day at a time through my eyes, what I see fit. Again, back to the I'm Not Racist video, I knew that the ending was unrealistic, and I knew that the record is a little bit unrealistic, but it's the hard truth. And the way that I wanted to portray that to the world, that's my depiction on how I see the world and how I wish the world would be. Very unrealistic. Again, I understand that, but, again, a lot of my music videos are just my depiction of how I see the world and how I want to change the world without me saying it.
What kind of reaction are you getting from your younger audience with the Gucci Gang?
And the Lil Pump fans, by the way.
Because it's interesting because I've seen both sides, but I'm interested to see how you're viewing it because they're the ones that are obsessed, and then there's actually ones who actually don't give a shit about pill popping and doing all that dumb shit.
There's a lot of people that are mad about it. Like, why you dissing Lil Pump? He's a kid. I wasn't say it wasn't.
Stop
a
it.
diss. I'm gonna tell you it wasn't. Let me finish. Let me tell you why. It would sound like, all right, cool. If you're listening to it, technically, to say, I'm saying my eyes, like how I felt, how I meant it, it wasn't a diss. If you go back and look at all my freestyles, I always name drop the cats that I'm rapping over their beats, and I say something. You know what I mean? Because I know it's gonna spark a conversation. Because I know, and it's not like I have a problem. I feel like if you dissing somebody, it's because you have a problem with them, or it's because you don't like something about them. I actually like Lil Pump. Like, I think he's cool.
What's the exact line that you use about Lil Pump?
I said, what's a little pump to a rocket flame?
And what is it about Lil Pump that you like?
That's hip-hop.
But that's what I'm saying. But listen.
Now, if he was like, yo, fuck Lil Pump, propagating all this pill popping and
back
lying.
in the day, in 1992, if you said, what's a Lil Pump?
It's a diss.
That's a fight. I'm not trying to, this is not going to happen now in 2017.
Yeah.
Back in the day, though, that's like some Keith Murray and Prodigy now have to see each other like. So my point is, I know what you're saying. You're just saying I'm gonna use them creatively, but you don't have a problem.
It's me being witty. It's me. I know people are gonna talk about it, and I know people are gonna try to create a situation out of it. And at the end of the day, if I really had a problem with somebody, I'm gonna say something a lot more than that. So there's no issue with Lil Pump. Well, you asked me what I like about Lil Pump. I think his beat choices are dope. He picks some really cool beats. I like his voice tone. I just think he's cool for what he does. Like, I think he has his own little lane, and he's just real swag. You know what I mean? Like, I fuck with it. I like his style. And I was bumping that Gucci Gang shit. So every time I do a remix, it's because I actually really like a song, and I'm like, I can't help it, and I just start going in. You know what I mean? I'm not thinking about, And also, I wanted to add to this. I was telling Shad this. I feel like I'm not realizing how much I'm elevating. because I'm just used to being in a place where I just say things and nobody cares. You know what I'm saying? So now when I say something, whether it's a tweet or I say anything, within seconds or minutes, all of a sudden it's posted. Joyner Lucas says this. I'm not used to that shit because it was like, yo, I didn't mean it like that. Like I was just having fun. Now all of a sudden it's like Joyner Lucas says,
let me find out.
Lil Pump is whack. Like nah, man, it ain't even like that. I'm just having fun.
Are you afraid? Are you afraid of the power of your voice? Are you afraid of the influence that you're about to have because now you have a platform?
No,
because now if you start overthinking, because the space you used to live in, what I just heard you say is, I just do what I do.
Yeah.
Now you about to grab that pen or however you go about recording that microphone, and you're going to try to be, I don't want to.
Yeah, well, here's
gonna take it.
Right. And then you know what? I was just thinking about that the other night. Because I have gotten a lot of backlash from this Lil Pump, and I think it's because he's young. You know, he's a kid, and they're like, "You're picking on a kid," and I'm like, "Bro, come on, man, I'm not picking." And if we're getting technical, Lil Pump has jumped out the window and said, "Fuck J. Cole," you know, shitting on lyrical rappers, whatever.
And like you in the game, that would be like somebody being like, "Yo, why did you push Lonzo Ball and swat his shot? He's only 19, fam. He's on the floor, B."
Yeah. But not just that, but it ain't like I don't even have a problem with homie, but. After I seen the moment I dropped the record, it became this huge Joyner disses low. It's like, come on, it's not like, and then everybody's like just, and I'm like, damn, I kind of gotta watch the shit I say now because I now is getting to a point where
do it.
Yo,
you,
bro,
watch
but not, but no, but not to the extent where I'm regret it or you know saying nothing. Like if I mean some shit, I'm gonna say it. But I feel like just throwing names out loosely to have fun.
He's right about
now. That. I feel like I gotta stop doing that too much because people are gonna take it and run with it and be like, you're dissing this person.
So let me ask you.
You're doing that.
Let me ask you.
Yeah.
The imagery and the idea of what the Lils are, right? The little this, little that, whomever's.
Yeah.
And and we'll say imagery, whether it's face tattoos, colored hair, you know, propagating the lean pill culture, this, that, gang, all of that.
Mm-hmm.
What is your, because what I heard in your Gucci Gang song was, I don't like
that. And that's one thing that I don't fuck with about Lil Pump or about anybody who does do that shit. Not taking away from his talent, not taking away from his voice, not taking away from his beat choice or how dope he is. But I never been into artists promoting drugs. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm drinking lean. And so when you say those things, you know what I'm saying? It's like you telling the listener to go do this shit. You know what I mean? Or, yo, I'm popping mollies and me and my grandma do drugs together. And it's like, you know, and that part was witty in that song. I liked when he said, me and my grandma take meds. I thought that was pretty funny and shit. It reminded me of some Eminem shit. But other than that,
it's also probably true based on what's going on in society because that's what's happening in many households.
Right. But at the end of the day, I just don't promote any artist. Like, I don't care who the fuck you, Wayne, it don't matter who you are. Anytime I hear artists promoting drugs, you know, not even Future, when Percocet, Molly Percocet.
I took the record off.
I don't like that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like that shit. So that's why when I did Mask On, I'm like, I don't take no fucking Percocet, Molly Percocet. You know what I'm saying? No ecstasy, promethazine, no lean, no purple mess. No dirty Sprite, but bitch, I got that Kyrie Irving step. If you don't think that I'm the shit, it's just that you ain't heard me yet. Like, I said that on purpose because it's like, yo, I don't do that. Like, let's not promote that. Let's not get these kids to start doing this shit because they will.
Yeah, they will.
They will do this shit.
And they are.
Then they are doing it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not taking. Future's very talented. And I had seen my man Vic Mensa said something in the interview. And then I seen him and I heard on Twitter, you know what I'm saying? He kind of took it back a little bit and was like, oh, why are you making it seem like I was talking about Future? And it's like, bro, I don't know if he was or if he wasn't, but if you were, that's cool. I don't think that's wrong by saying I don't fuck with that.
That's not
a bad thing. You know what I'm saying?
Thing.
I don't like that. Like that's a statement. I won't backtrack that. I'm a Future fan. You know what I'm saying? And if Future don't fuck with me because I say I don't like the fact that you promote drugs, then fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's just how I feel. I just think that shit is whack, bro. Like, and if I'm on a record with a nigga, if I'm doing a song with a nigga and a nigga sitting there like doing that shit, then I'll take myself off the like real shit. I don't like that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Well, let me ask you this: we all do drugs of some sort. Whether it's weed, whether you're on some sort of prescribed medicine, whether you drink, whatever. Are we living in a time where maybe I'm from, I'm older.
Yeah.
So I'm from a time where there was certain drug use that was like acceptable. Drinking and weed, that was acceptable.
Yeah.
You was jumping out the window if you was doing shrooms. And you was fucking bonkers if you was doing acid and crank or meth. Like you was like, you're a drug addict, right?
Yeah.
Heroin, like there was certain shit that you're a drug addict. Crack, even cocaine in my world.
Yeah.
Now we're living in a time where harder things that from my era, right, that were unacceptable and people was just like, yo, you got a problem,
Yeah.
are somewhat acceptable. Is that a generational shift? Or what are we actually saying right now?
I think it has become it's sad that it has become acceptable, but I think the artists a lot of the artists are the reason why it's becoming more common and acceptable. I blame that on the hip hop community. I blame a lot of that on the hip hop community because they just sensationalize it in their music. You know what I mean? And I always thought that shit was whack.
No, we got to own that. You're right. It is. It has become a hip hop thing.
It's become a hip hop thing. It's not a. I don't really hear too much of that within the other genres of music.
It's
you know
coded.
what I'm saying?
It's coded. The reason in hip hop it's not coded well.
It's not.
But it's always been coded language in rock and roll.
hip hop's more
They'll
popular.
say, getting high, I'm getting
popular.
high, which can mean a lot of things. But these motherfuckers are jumping out the window saying, I'm taking perks, I'm taking
they name the
Xanax,
brand.
I'm taking Molly's,
They
I'm
give you the brand.
dirty
Yeah.
Sprite, we getting fucked up.
My name is Lil Xan.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
He's recovered though. Lou.
Crazy.
Oh, what about Xan Frank? How's he doing?
Zan Frank, I believe, is still on Zan.
Got it.
It's crazy. And you know what? I'm not saying, look, everybody has their vices. Everybody has their poison. Whether you smoke cigarettes, weed, do pills, drink. But do
about
that shit
promoting
behind closed doors.
Right.
Whatever you do, that's fine. Like, I'm not sitting here saying you don't be who you are and do what you do because I'm not your fucking father. But I just don't like the fact that these niggas sensationalize the shit, put it up, and just directly tell the kids, go do it. Like, pretty much, that's what you go do it.
Do what any respectable celebrity does. And if someone catches you smoking a cigarette somewhere with a camera, you pose with the cigarette behind your back. There's a reason people do that. People would take drugs and be like, whoa. Or give someone your drink as to not promote it to children. Whereas you're right, these days it's just like, yo, you know what you need to do? These prescription drugs.
These kids ain't fake. They real.
Oh, yeah, they live that life.
I'm gonna tell you,
live
I got a son, bro.
real.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't let him listen to hip hop. I get in the car, we throwing some kids bop. I try to keep him away from that. He loves listening to me.
How about classic hip hop though? He plays for Tribe, De La.
Yeah, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? But I'm afraid. I don't want him to grow up and get influenced by that. And then all of a sudden he thinks it's cool to start doing drugs and taking pills because so-and-so said it. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm afraid of that shit. I really am. Like,
I will say that as a kid that grew up in a household where there was some, drug dealers and drug abusers in families, right? And listening to Too Short, probably way too young.
Yeah.
And rap. I will say that I still believe that when things are right and wrong at a certain age, right?
Yeah.
And oftentimes when kids decide to go and get super high, they're escaping something else, some other pain, something going on, or they're trying to get in trouble, like they're reaching out for help. Like, nobody gives a fuck about me. I'm about to just go get high out of my mind. So I do believe, while yes, hip-hop has a big responsibility because it's the biggest voice, I also do believe that the original way to, and as a parent, the original way to keep your kids out of having problems like that is to just be an involved parent.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree. I do feel like this, though. I feel like the hip-hop community and the artists that do talk about doing drugs and all this shit, I feel like they're going to eventually grow up. And when they do grow up and they get about 50, 60, they're going to look back and they're going to regret all this shit.
Well, I just said the other day, remember I said these kids is going to get sober and be
Look in
like,
the
what
mirror.
the fuck did I do to my face?
Nah.
Like, what is on my face?
I know. You know what's so funny? I was just thinking about Joyner, by the way, has I can't see the rest of his body, but has
Pause.
tats up. Pause. Has tats all the way up to the top of his neck. Right.
Yeah.
There was a time when that was pretty taboo. And now I'm like, square ass Joyner Lucas coming in here with tattoos, just stopping at
Go
his
ahead,
neck.
put one on your nose.
Good to know
What are
you're
you
one
doing?
of us.
Nah.
Good to know you're a normal guy like us. Decide, because the line now is literally like, nah, you got to go straight face.
Yeah, no,
and
no.
you can't tell me there's not a difference between your face and other parts of your body, because I just don't foresee a time when the executive roles end up being filled by people with tatted faces.
Honestly, I don't. My perspective on a tatted face is like that's a little bit different to me than, unless it's like like you're saying something, like if you're using the tattoo to say something crazy. If you got like lean on your head or like, and then you're promoting. But other than that, like I just feel like it's that's art.
Artistic expression. If you want to do that.
Expression. If you want, I've never seen a problem in that. If you want to tattoo your face, that's cool.
No. Listen, I'm not judging for a personal standpoint. Do whatever you like.
Yeah.
But they're the ones that I've seen doing it aggressively.
Yeah.
Oftentimes there are ones that within the face tattoos are a couple of the ones you're talking about.
Yeah.
Of like you just did that one to be extra.
Yeah.
Zan Frank, for example. I know you. I love Anne Frank also. I really. You
don't say.
I do. Her story affected me deeply. I think it did most kids who paid attention to the story in school. The entire face tattoo of it means specifically you want to be regarded as like you're the dude with the Anne Frank tattoo on your face.
You're using Anne Frank to market your brand?
Yeah, which I don't even necessarily have a problem. I'm down with cheap marketing. I would just rather, could it be about your skills though? Or are you just trying to get recognized because you have a thing now? Mm-hmm. It's not any different than getting a big fake ass.
But I think that's, but that's,
by the way, I don't like, that looks like shit too. And the tattoos on your faces look like shit.
Sorry, Joyner Lucas does not agree with the old ass judgmental shit we're saying, by the way.
But the new thing is, in addition, so it went through the neck and then it went to the face. And then it started getting to the hair. Now we dyeing our hair crazy colors. So I think it's all just a part of marketing. Like, okay, I want to be different, and I want when people know me, I want them to know me as the guy with the rainbow hair, or the pink hair, or the pink dreads, or the red bead braids, or that's just their way of being like, that's him, that's him, that's him. You know what I'm saying? So because I think hip hop has become real saturated. Now is more artists than ever.
Naturally,
so it's like that. So now it's the competition.
Yeah, but the cream will rise to the top, gentlemen and ladies. And if you're out there and your differentiation factor is the fact that you have purple hair or whatever it is, or shout to Lil Yachty with the red beads and whatever, if that's all you got, it ain't gonna last. I hate to break it to you. You might catch a bag, and I know there's somebody in a college dorm right now or sitting on their house behind their computer like, fuck you, Ebro, you don't know. You might get the bag. You might get a nice little bag, and if that's all you set out to do, props to you.
You
go
still
get
got
it.
a little...
But I'm going to still shit on you, so fuck off.
You still got a little...
And that shit looks like trash, and most of y'all can't rap. And I'm going to say this, too. I'm going to say most of y'all, the reason y'all do this is because you can't rap well. That's why y'all do it. If you rapped well and you knew how to make great songs, it would eventually cut through. Joyner Lucas is sitting here right now because he made a great concept. Put together a concept and he raps well and built over years by having an interesting sound and texture to his voice, knowing melody, picking great songs. How'd you link with Boy Wonder, too, for the last project? How did that come together?
Boy Wonder and I have been friends for a minute. He hit me up on Twitter on some cool fan shit, and we just connected even before I did the Atlantic deal. Me and him was building for like a year.
Right.
And it just happened the way it was supposed to.
Because he heard something that was remarkable.
Ross Cappuccini, I think, was the record that he heard that really made him want to work with me,
But
bro, that's my point.
I'm glad you pointed it out, too, because we have been over inundated. I don't mean to be grumpy old man on a lawn.
Yo, let me do that. Why everybody got to do what I'm doing?
I don't want to say
you too, Joe Button. Stop doing what I'm doing. Rosenberg, y'all stop doing what I'm doing.
No, you're the old one. You got it. You're right.
I'm the old guy.
Now, I don't need to be that guy who's like, complaining about tattoos, but I will say you are a great example of someone whose music cut through. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
When I see you in person, I say with all due respect, you look like regular guy who could be working at Starbucks or a lawyer or anything, but you make great music so people recognize you.
I have, man.
You've done those things.
I've had all them jobs: Target, dishwashing, CVS pharmacy, dietary aid at a nursing home.
How long you been on this grind?
For a while, but I mean, really, like since I was like, 20. Since I say like I started like I put out my first project when I was like 24.
And how old are you now?
29.
So 5 good years of really going for it.
5 good years of like really going for it, like really, really trying to get it. Yeah.
And you're from
Worcester, Mass.
Yeah. Worcester, Mass. Was there a scene in?
No, there's no scene. There's no scene at all out in like it's really no scene in New England, Boston, like there's really no scene.
When you say scene, there's definitely
what I'm saying,
artists.
There's definitely artists. There's Millie's, who's dope out there.
Millie's, Cousin Stiz.
Cousin Stiz is dope. Token, a lot of cats where I'm from, Ralph Ware. There's a lot of dope talent where I'm from. But I mean, like when I say hip hop scene, I'm talking about
a place, a showcase,
like you know how like there's a lot
club,
of Texas artists, and you know like they're from Texas or like Atlanta, you know they're from like, they have like a specific like there's people that's come out of these places, New York, you know what I'm saying? I can name like 100 artists from New York, 50 artists from Atlanta, 50, but there's never been a moment where like Boston had that moment where it's
it
like
might be now.
Everybody,
it might be now.
Hopefully, because I got a couple. I hope so. I can open the doors for some of these cats out here, man. I got a lot of people that's talented out there that I feel like, you know, I need to be heard. So,
I've been meaning to link with Millie's, and Stiz was up here a little while ago, and you're here now. So I'll just say, from a sheer number standpoint, that's already more New England people coming through this building in the last 6 months.
Yo, that's dope, though.
Than we've seen. So maybe you'll get your moment. But
That's
also,
dope.
I'm from D.C.
Yeah.
The moment don't always come.
Yeah.
Like Wale came, and then you thought we were going to have a moment.
Well, no, look, Gold Link got this Grammy nomination.
Now there's Gold Link with a Grammy nom.
Yeah.
There's other people whose names are getting mentioned, but there ended up being separation, so it didn't end up being like one huge, like everyone.
Yeah.
Like Atlanta, when it happened, it's just like Outkast started, and then it cracked open, and it was just like, here.
Well, industry was there. There were LaFace was there.
True,
and you had
true.
executives that were like, nope, come record. Let's make a sound. Let's create a sound.
New York rappers were moving to Atlanta, so like it was a nice thing. That hasn't been the case with a Boston or a DC, but it does seem like it's a good time though.
Yeah, I think it's a good time, and hopefully, you know, I can kick those doors down and you know, shed some light.
What's up with your boy Gronk? What was he doing last week?
Who?
Gronkowski. You watched? Are you a Patriots fan or no?
Honestly, I haven't really watched. I don't really watch too much sports because I always feel like by me watching sports, I feel like I'm just watching somebody else get money. I always feel like that. So it's crazy. I had an argument with my boy last year because he was just watching. I forgot what game it was he was watching, and he was trying to argue with me because I didn't want to watch the game. Like, you don't watch sports. Like, you know how many people watch sports? What's going to happen when Joyner Lucas has to go on ESPN and they start asking you these sports questions? You don't know nothing, blah, blah, blah.
You'll survive.
Then I said, listen, man. I said, while you sitting there watching sports, bro, I'm trying to figure out how I can level up. Like, you look at the TV, all these cats is making millions and millions of dollars running up and down the field, and you just watching them just running up and down the field, making money. And you chilling and you sitting on my couch, lounging, drinking juice.
Losing money.
Cooling, just losing money.
Spending
They making money, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm trying to figure out how to get in the game. And a year later, I got in the 2018 Madden soundtrack. And I said, that's how you level up, bro. That's how you do it.
All
You know
that.
what I'm saying?
hold on,
Yeah.
all that, and let's be honest, you're also just not into sports.
No. I think sports is cool.
Were you ever like a big fan, or you were always more a music dude?
I was more of a music dude, but I mean, I played the game. I played Madden. I watched the shit. Like, it was cool. But I mean, even then, I don't even watch TV like that because I feel like I'm watching somebody else's dreams come true. I feel like I'm watching somebody get money. I don't like watching people get money. I don't like that shit. I'm trying to figure out how to level up, write the next record to get in the movie.
I feel it.
You feel me? That's just my mentality.
So now you're on Atlantic. The last album the title was your phone
It wasn't
number.
an album.
Oh, that's not an album.
That was a mixtape.
Ebro. Was it for sale?
Yes, it was for sale, and it was also for free.
And it was a concept.
Yeah, it was for sale if you wanted to buy it.
And
but
what was the phone number?
508-507-2209.
That was your real phone number.
That was a real phone. It's the first.
You still have it?
Yeah, it's the first phone I ever had. First phone number I ever had. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to take that and I wanted to get closer to my fans and I wanted them to reach me personally and be able to talk to me personally.
Didn't Mike Jones do that back then?
Mike Jones dropped the phone number in the song. A few people have dropped it in the song. Nobody's actually named the album after that or mixtape after that.
That was an album. You said it right the first time.
The difference between the two, it sonically sounds like one, but the difference between the album and the mixtape, in my eyes, is the budget differences. You know, I was working with
the behind the scenes
Oh
business.
yeah,
part.
for sure. Because if there's really no marketing budget or anything like that, then you can't really call it.
Change your expectations.
Unfair to call it an album because now I'm not getting the features I wanted. I'm not getting the production I wanted. I'm not getting all the elements to actually make this what I would want to be my album. So I'm really just working with what I have, and sonically it sounds
Listen,
great.
bro, I'm from a time where a mixtape was actually somebody mixing records.
Right, but things change.
So,
man.
no, I know.
Things
I'm
We
just
know.
saying. I'm just letting you
We
know.
know.
Yeah.
It ain't even mixtapes.
Yeah.
Ain't fucking mixtapes. Guess why? They're not mixed and they're not tapes. They're not fucking tapes.
Where did
Exactly.
Nothing's a mixtape.
Where did the friction with Logic come into place? Like, how did that? What
Y'all have
that?
phone number beef? You came out with some phone numbers. Now here he wants to come with the
with phone
800 number.
numbers.
Yo, Ebro, I'm doing a phone number song too.
Go.
I'm gonna have
800-223-9797.
No,
Stop.
because
Stop.
Logic came with the long 800 number. I can't even say it. It's nominated for a Grammy, Song of the Year.
Yeah.
My joint is gonna be an 800 number plus the conference call access code at the end. Asterisk with another 8 numbers on it. All right, so I didn't even know you had a thing with Logic, but what was that?
It wasn't a thing. It really wasn't a thing.
He just said he did the phone number thing first. That's all.
The Logic yeah, it wasn't a thing. It's cool.
That's all it was.
Logic's cool. Yeah. I don't want to. It's like I don't want to keep. I feel like I have to keep talking about this Logic shit, and then it just starts making me feel like, like I don't want to feel like I'm just making it a thing. Like, it's cool. It happened. Shout out to Logic. Much
And
love
the
to
phone
me.
number he gave is like has a
cool,
purpose.
bro.
Like it's
Oh yeah, Logic is a suicide prevention hotline.
yeah,
cool.
that's a purpose, and the song is about that.
So
You gave out your phone number to literally talk
but
to
I'm not
people.
gonna and we both fighting for the same cause, right? So
Yeah, you're both making
Yeah,
positive,
yeah.
good hip
like
hop.
this. It's not
This just saying Joyner Lucas and Logic do not get along. No, I'm just playing.
Stop.
He's attacked a lot of people in this interview.
cool. It's cool.
Yo, let's get to the Gucci Gang record, man. The one where you claim you're not dissing Lil Pump.
I'm not dissing Lil
It's a good record,
Yo,
man.
you're gonna see when you hear about 9, 10 more remixes from me. And you
No,
see,
there was some before this record.
Yeah, there
too,
was
though.
some before that.
DNA,
Yeah, there was
Ski
DNA.
Mask. I mean, you've been in a lot of them.
There was a lot of them, and I was never afraid to say little things because I didn't feel like it was gonna get taken the way that it's been taken. And when I
Well,
step
now you
back,
on now. You hot
right.
now.
So now that I step back and I look and I'm like, damn, like, especially when the blogs and they twist it and they can
Clickbait, man. We got to get these numbers
yeah,
up.
Yeah. Joyner Lucas. This is. It's
The
like,
caption
come
of this
on,
video is going to be Joyner Lucas, this is Lil Pump. Logic. Face tats are shit.
Yeah.
What else we got in here?
You fuck your face tats.
Yeah.
Dash, Joyner Lucas.
Joyner Lucas thinks that Future's a drug addict for one thing, right? It's
Yo,
like,
you
that's
wanna
what,
run for our
that's
video
what they
department?
gonna do,
Great
right?
title.
That's what they gonna do, right?
No,
Come
I'm
on,
gonna
man.
do it.
Shout out to Future, huge fan. Love
you
it.
go,
No,
Listen, he's never
yeah.
going to work with you. Don't worry about it. Joyner Lucas, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get that gang.
Thank you, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
thank you.